You're listening to The Residential Movement, where the focus is on making in-home dental care normal instead of novel or niche. I'm your host, Dr. Ashley Robinson, a house call dentist with a lot of passion for reaching patients who are best served in their home or residence. I'm here to encourage, equip, and empower dentists like you to begin offering in-home dental services for patients who cannot get to the office, while also enjoying a more balanced work life. We discuss everything from dentistry, business, ethics, mindset, and more. Listen in to learn how you can become a part of the residential movement. Hello, lovely, loyal listeners. Thank you for joining me again this week. Last week, you heard all about Acama Dental, which is my dental house call practice. You heard all about Acama Dental's second birthday and the lessons I've learned from offering house calls for more than 2 years now. If you didn't check that out, please do that at some point. But the only reason I'm referring to that episode today is because Acama Dental isn't the only operation in my life with a summer birthday. There is actually another baby of mine that is turning 1 this month, and you're listening to it right now. Yes, this show, The Residential Movement, is turning 1 year old this month. Time flies, huh? What a ride. Whether you've been listening since day one or today is the very first episode you've ever heard, I want to say thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your interest in in-home dental care. Thank you for sharing your time with me. Thanks for telling your friends about this show. Thank you for the support and the engagement, and thank you for everything. I've loved getting to know many of you this past year. You are all amazing, amazing people and amazing dentists. I'm very grateful for the opportunity to connect with you in this way through the podcast or the website, residentialmovement.com, or even on social media. Thank you for reaching out, and please know that I love to hear from you. The Residential Movement exists for you to be able to help you learn about house call dentistry. The world needs more house call dentists to visit all of the patients who cannot get into the dental office. During dental school, I had never even heard about house call dentistry. 2 or 3 years ago, when I was finally getting started, there was very limited information about this field available. So last year, after an entire year of offering house calls, I felt compelled to create this show. I was so inspired and moved by my career as a house call dentist. I couldn't believe that in 1 year, I was able to serve hundreds of patients in their homes. I've been moved by my patient interactions. My patients have totally changed my life. I was also incredibly grateful that I had built a profitable business that allowed me to enjoy all of the lifestyle benefits of being a house call dentist. I love my career as a house call dentist, and I was dying to share everything I had learned with other dentists, because we need more people doing this. So I decided to launch this podcast. Now, launching this podcast was definitely a little bit of work, but I knew that if I even inspired one other dentist to pursue this career path, it would all be worth it. So a little over a year ago, I bought an online podcasting course, taught myself a thing or two, and just like that, the Residential Movement had some episodes written, edited, and published before the end of August. The website with the show notes was up and running too. Now, I'm not saying that my recording sounds like it's done in a professional studio, but for a woman with zero background in media, who was also running a house call practice and working part-time chairside at the time, I was pretty happy to know that I was able to create this Residential Movement. When it came to getting the show off the ground, to me, done was better than perfect. I'm not a fan of waiting around and overthinking. I like to be decisive and take fast action, even if all of the kinks aren't worked out. If I waited for perfection, the Residential Movement would never exist. Starting the Residential Movement was great, but sustaining it was a bit more challenging for me. Did you know that 90% of podcasts have just 3 episodes? I guess a lot of podcasters get really excited to launch, but give up when they realize all of the work that goes into it. Now, I can promise you that I never thought about giving up, but I'd be lying if I said I didn't face some time management challenges this year. My internal pep talks go like this. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. You don't find time, you make time for what matters to you. And the truth is, I really do believe that. So I was very hard on myself when I didn't make the time to write, record, edit, and publish episodes at certain points throughout this past year. Now, you know this past year was wild for me. I transitioned from part-time to being a full-time house call dentist. I got engaged, planned a wedding, got married, honeymooned, bought a house. These were special, amazing times, and I'm not complaining about any of it. It was a fantastic year, but it was a year with a lot of competing priorities. Because of this, I wasn't able to produce as consistently for you as I would have liked to, and I apologize for that. Period. There's no excuse. I realize offering episodes consistently is incredibly important when establishing trust within a community, especially one as tiny as ours. So those long breaks simply won't happen in the Residential Movement's second year. The truth is that the Residential Movement is incredibly important to me, just as important as Acama Dental. So consistency is something I've decided to commit to before the 1 year anniversary. Beyond committing, I've made some big changes to ensure consistency for all of you. Not only have I cleared more of my time for creating the podcast by leaving my part-time chairside job, but I've made an additional investment by seeking out the help of Chameleon. Before, you heard me say that I did my own editing for most of the past year. Well, not anymore. Chameleon has me covered in the editing department, and they've had me covered for about a month now. They are a great podcast agency capable of launching a show from scratch or simply supporting existing podcasters by helping with editing and show notes. They also offer social media services to help grow your show. So if any of you have a podcast, I highly recommend working with them. They take the time to help me so that I can be more consistent with all of you. And based on the way the past few weeks have been going, I think I've successfully addressed this challenge of time management and consistency. This upcoming year, expect regular weekly episodes from me and all of the same email and DM support. The struggle with consistency may have been my low this year, but there were many, many more highs. Connecting with so many of you has been the greatest blessing. I told you that when I got started, that the residential movement would be worth all of the effort if I inspired even one more dentist to offer house calls. Well, I'm happy to report that it has been more than worth it. I've seen the seeds planted and sprouting in Texas, Oklahoma, New Jersey, Connecticut, Ohio, and even more places throughout the country because of this show. Soon, there will be more house call dentists, and I am elated to know that this little show will have had something to do with that. I know you can become a house call dentist. That's why I'm here. That's why I use this platform to provide some useful information about the field and share stories or answer questions. I hope that you can take everything you learn here and apply it to your dental house call practice. After our conversations on the phone or via Zoom this year, I realized that you need a bit more support from me in the second year, not just more consistent episodes. So I have a lot of exciting things coming your way. For starters, I realize some of you have had to reschedule a call with me if an emergency happened with one of your patients, and some of you have had to wait quite a while to meet with me because our mutual availability was limited. I realize that you need more regular access to me. Also, during our conversations, many of you asked great questions that could really benefit everybody else listening. I try to highlight these questions in episodes, but the truth is you could all gain a lot from interacting with each other. So next month, you will be able to register to become an official member of the residential movement. As an official member of the residential movement, you'll get access to live monthly video Q&As with me, access to each other in a private community off of social media, exclusive content, and discounts on any upcoming offers. If you're interested, make sure to visit residentialmovement.com and subscribe to my email list ASAP. Email subscribers will be the first to know when registration is available early next month. Our conversations also demonstrated to me that many of you are really getting ready to start offering dental house calls. You're looking for next level support from me and actually launching your dental house call practice. Well, later on this month, you'll be able to register for Dental House Call Practice Academy. Dental House Call Practice Academy is a course that will teach you exactly how to start your dental house call practice. I'll guide you through key decisions, equipment lists, best practices, and more. After this course, you will be able to confidently start your dental house call practice. If you're interested, please join the waitlist at residentialmovement.com/DHCPA. That's DHCPA for Dental House Call Practice Academy. Please email me at hello@residentialmovement.com if you have any questions about either of these exciting developments. The Residential Movement exists to encourage and empower you to become a house call dentist. I want to meet your needs in any way that I can at any stage of your dental home care journey. Whether or not you're ready to become an official member of the Residential Movement or dive into Dental House Call Practice Academy, please know that I will keep showing up here week after week with more information for all of you. I want you and other dentists to have access to free information about house call dentistry that I didn't have. I hope this past year of the Residential Movement has been as enjoyable for you as it has been for me. I'm so grateful for you. The show wouldn't be growing without you sharing it with your friends and listening regularly. I can't wait until the day when there are just so many house call dentists and patients who can't get to the dental office have no trouble accessing care. Thanks for your support and patience throughout this year. I'm so excited to be able to offer even more resources to you in year 2. As always, please consider supporting the Home Smile Care Foundation to provide financial assistance for patients who struggle to afford in-home care. Visit homesmilecare.org for more information. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I am so excited for what's to come. I appreciate all of you more than you know. That's a wrap on this episode of the Residential Movement. If you like what you heard today, please leave a 5-star review and subscribe so you don't miss an episode. If you know someone who could benefit from this information, please share this with them. All of these actions help fuel the Residential Movement. Visit residentialmovement.com for show notes and for access to any links referenced in this episode. Thanks again for listening, Doc. Keep up the good work.